Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live streaming event from Table Rock Sports Productions in partnership with our local school districts and business sponsors who make these live presentations possible. Jim McCoy here along with Mark McLemore, Johnny McCoy on the camera. We're coming to you live from the Cascade Christian Pavilion in Medford, Oregon, and we thank you for joining us today. Welcome to the Lithia Superstore pregame show presented by Siskiyou Cellular in Southern Oregon and featuring the Creswell Bulldogs versus the host Cascade Christian Challengers. We're pleased you're joining us for this event on TableRockSports.net and welcome our home and visiting fans to the broadcast. Joe Brett is our executive producer. Our sponsors keep these events free for fans to enjoy. Please let them know you appreciate their support. Please help Table Rock Sports by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and thank you to the 3,300 fans who already have. Well, Mark, one of the many hats that you wear is serving as tournament director this year, and one of the things, having lived in this gym pretty much all day, is that we have had some really good games in this, games that have gone right down to the wire, and it looks like in terms of how you guys have constructed the brackets, that it's just been, we've had some really good matchups today that I think have been good for all teams involved.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I think that it's been a good day of basketball for all the teams involved, and especially if you look at the varsity brackets in particular, but also some of the JV and JV2 games over at the other facility over at Grace have been close too. We played a couple of them ourselves earlier in the day, and it's just been a great tournament so far.
Well, and then tonight the Challengers, and this will be our first broadcast of Challenger basketball this year. People will remember the three-peat and generally dominant play of the Challengers for the last few years, but it has been an entirely different ball game this year, and a lot of it, Mark, you're working with some guys who probably before the year is out that they're going to be seeing minutes at the varsity level, so I would think for them it's all the more important for them to be bought in and working hard in these JV and JV2 games that they're getting a chance to play.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's been interesting to see all the kids try to get better at the JV level in hopes of getting some minutes and some quarters at the varsity level. And I'm sorry I'm losing my voice a little bit, but as you can tell from coaching a couple of games earlier in the day. But we see a lot of freshmen that came in this year. I think there's 12 freshmen that we have on the three teams this year. So a great influx of freshmen and some very talented dudes, a couple of which are on this varsity roster. Andy Alvarez, number 25, and Jacob Beamish, number 33, both freshmen and both very athletic, skilled guys, big guys that have played some minutes already on the Challenger varsity.
Well, it'll be interesting tonight. You have this young Challenger team where you're kind of blending in that veteran talent with guys like Jaron Frankowiak and Derek Farmer along with these young guys. And some guys getting some major minutes now that were more in that role player type of mode in years past. I'm thinking, this is going to be interesting because tonight they're going to be starting out with a tall task taking on a Creswell team. People may not be aware of the fact that this team is really good.
Yeah, they're ranked number 2 in the OSAA poll right now, and I think they have one loss so far on the season. I believe they're 6-1 so far, and their only loss is to Marist, a 4A Catholic school, in Eugene, who's usually a powerhouse at the 4A level. So I'm sure that this Bulldog team is very good, and they're going to give the Challengers everything they got tonight. So it should be a great test for Cascade Christian.
Well, it's been a fun tournament, and I think throughout the day in the varsity boys division that Phoenix ended up losing to Trinity Lutheran, so they'll wait whoever ends up on the short end of this game to play tomorrow. Trinity Lutheran, people might be going, who's that? That it is apparently this private school over in the Bend area. They came in and looked fairly impressive against a Phoenix team that looked pretty darn good. And then Dayton, big 3A powerhouse, running away from North Valley 80-45. And then we had a game that went right down to the wire between 4A Hidden Valley and 5A Ashland. Grizzlies prevailed by a score of 50-49. So right now, we're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. And when we return, we'll get you ready for the start of tonight's game between the Bulldogs and the Challengers right after these messages.
To wrap up the year's sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 24 Ram 1500 4x4. Jump online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
One of the things I like most about working at the Ashland Food Co-op is that it's a partner with RVTD's Employer Pass program. It makes it super easy for me to get to work and save a ton of money. I play a lot of musical instruments. I bought my own tuba when I started working at the co-op. Sometimes I'll bring it into work to play for like my coworkers and the customers. When I bring my tuba onto the bus with me, it definitely gets a lot of heads turned and people will ask me, "What's that thing? Why is it so big?" RVTD is moving our community forward.
The teams are gathered at center court. We're getting ready for the opening tip. Bulldogs out on the floor. Number 5 is Darian Dewey. Getting ready to jump it up is 6'4" Mason Schartz. A lot of size on this team. Tyler Whitson is number 12. And number 0 in the backcourt is Tanner Freeze. For the Challengers, you have Derek Farmer, who tipped it up. Tip controlled by the Bulldogs, and this game is underway. The hay's in the barn. The work is done. It's time to play. Freeze swings it right wing for Whitson. Whitson, cross-court pass over to Freeze. They'll try to work it inside, making a move to the hoop against the defense of Cade Goldade. It goes out of bounds. Luke Bailey there. And now it'll be Challenger ball. In the backcourt, you've got Jaron Frankowiak with Briley Richardson. Got Cade Goldade, Brady Klecker, and Derek Farmer. Farmer dropped in 26 the other night in the last tournament game over at Seaside, and he buries it. So it looks like Markey's picking up where he left off.
Well, that was a nice ball movement inside, then back out to Farmer for the open three.
Farmer, among other things, went 9 for 9 from the free throw line, and he's come back quickly from an injury sustained in a jamboree to begin the season. So it's good to see him come back quickly. Freeze with the basketball, tries to penetrate against Klecker. Klecker denies the paint. They'll kick it back out for Whitson. Whitson making a move to his left against Farmer. He'll pick it up, and then a shot from the corner there by Dewey. A little bit long. Offensive rebound by Bailey. Bailey, little move off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound and lays it back up and in. And I think that's going to be the challenge for the Challengers this year, Mark, is rebounding. They just don't have the size that they used to.
It's definitely true as Richardson misses a three from the wing.
Goldade at 6'3" is the biggest challenger. And then you got Klecker, who's more of a slender sort. Shot off the glass. Knocking it home is Freeze to give the Bulldogs a 1-point lead. Frankowiak, leading scorer for the Challengers. Shot off the glass, no good. Whitson brings it quickly down the floor. His shot misses. Farmer with the rebound. Farmer up the left side. Kicks it out for Richardson. Farmer making his moves. Little scoop shot there. Can't get it to go. Rebound by Whitson quickly up the floor. Freeze going to try the three ball off to the left. And an offensive rebound taken on the weak side by Bailey. Shot rims off for Whitson. Meanwhile, quickly up the floor, Briley Richardson can't hit. Goldade with the offensive rebound. Going to go hard to the glass. Can't get it to go. It remains a 1-point game.
Challengers got to make their chippies. Those are a couple of easy buckets they don't get.
Bulldogs, cross-court pass, Freeze. His shot misses. So it looks like he's a little cold early on.
Yeah, both teams a little cold early on.
Frankowiak making the move. The bucket will count. Averaging 17 points a game, Frankowiak is the Challengers' leading scorer. Substitution into the ball game, Huddy Gottsman. Looks like we also have Gavin Casebeer checking in.
Actually, it's Carson Willard checking in.
Carson Willard. All these blonde-haired kids, they're going to have to get them sorted out.
Yeah.
My bad, Carson, my bad. And Frankowiak, who's shooting 95% from the free throw line, knocks one down. I figure after the fact, I can't jinx him. Ball to the right side. Whitson up top. Freeze. Bailey with the basketball. 6'5" junior post. And the near side corner. Now you got that 35-second shot clock. It's under 10 now. And a little tumble and fall there. Going to the floor is Willard.
I think that one's going to be on. Yep, it is. On Carson.
So we're about almost midway through the first quarter of play. And we've got a timeout on the floor. We will take one as well. Stick around. We've got more basketball coming your way.
What's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
Dad, 4 free phones.
Have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Visit US Cellular at Siskiyou, Southern Oregon's exclusive authorized agent for US Cellular, now serving Roseburg and Klamath Falls. See SOUScellular.com for details.
Bill's Glass covers the full spectrum of your glass needs and dreams. Having new windows installed by Bill's Glass dramatically update and improves the look of your home and helps reduce energy bills year-round. Let Bill's Glass show you what you've been missing. Bill's Glass, the largest glass company in Southern Oregon for your home and auto, as well as the trusted industry.
Back to action. The Challengers take the basketball away. Quickly up the floor is Farmer. Swiping it from him is Freeze. Quickly up the floor, the Bulldogs go. Glide to the hoop, and we have a whistle and a foul underneath.
It's on Carson Willard again. His second just like that. He's going to come back out.
Carson Willard, senior. He's one of those group of guys that's been biding his time on the JV and a little bit of swing playing. Freeze at the free throw line. A little bit long on the first. Goldade and Clucker return. Out goes Willard and Briley Richardson. Second attempt, that rims off. There for the rebound is Farmer. 3:51 left to go in the first quarter of play. Farmer getting set to make a move. And his shot in between the rim and the backboard. But a steal by Brady Clucker in the backcourt. He ends up following over Darian Dewey, the 6-foot senior guard. So that'll be 2 team fouls in the quarter for both the Challengers and the Bulldogs. Gottsman, he's been a weapon for the Challengers off the bench. Frankowiak from deep. He buries it.
Yeah, you can't leave him alone. He's going to make those.
9-4 ball game, quickly going the other way. A little dipsy-do. Tyler Whitson draws the Bulldogs within 3. Frankowiak trying to make his move around the Gold 8 screen. Dumps it off for Farmer. Farmer going to try to take advantage of that speed, pulls up and shoots. Nothing but net. 2:50 left to go in the opening frame. Challengers with the early lead coming in with a 2-2 record on the season. Shot in and out, ball tipped around. Coming up with it, Mason Schartz. And now blocked by Farmer. He'll outlet for Gottsman. Gottsman will pull up, feeds it for Frankowiak, and then Gottsman took a step or two before
he put the ball on the floor.
Yep. Challengers leading by 5 with 2:25 left to go in the first quarter of play. Opening day of the Christmas Classic, the Challenger girls, who are off to a good start at 3-1, will be in action later on against Westside Christian. A couple of volleyball players on that team. Not sure they would like a measure of revenge for that Westside Christian team that knocked them out of the volleyball playoffs. Meanwhile, Creswell with it. Shot, rolls around and out, but there with the offensive rebound. Emerson Velarde into the ball game. Meanwhile, Gottsman with it. Farmer. Long jumper. Nothing but net. You figured he's going to be one of those guys. This is a different year for him. He was further down the list of options last year. Now he's one of the main dudes.
Yeah, him and Frankowiak have been doing most of the scoring for Cascade this year.
Farmer coming off a 26-point effort. I'm trying to remember who they played at the last game of that tournament up at Seaside, but Farmer, after kind of finding his feet for a couple of games, ended up with 26 in the contest. Klecker, Gold 8 fires from 3. His shot off the front rim. Briley Richardson, who, believe it or not, is the team leader in rebounds per game, ends up getting the offensive rebound. Kicks it out, Farmer. Gottsman will shoot. Gottsman will score. Hudson Gottsman kind of taking that old Kellen Klecker role of being that kid off the bench who can bury the long one.
Absolutely.
Schartz over in the corner, free throw line, gives it up. Now driving inside is Ace Arnold. Shot rolls around and down as the Bulldogs pull within 5. Little turnaround fadeaway jumper. Richards can't get it to go. Good look there.
Bounced around every part of the rim but didn't go down.
Meanwhile, trying to shoot there is Whitson. And then we have a battle for the rebound. Jump ball the call on the alternating possession. It'll be Challenger basketball as it looks like we've got Gavin Casebeer checking into the ball game. Another one of those up-and-comers for the Challengers. Although another one of those guys that this is his senior year. This is his opportunity to shine. Meanwhile, Frankowiak pulls up, shoots. Can't get it to go. Long rebound comes out to Velarde. And the buzzer sounds, ending the first quarter of play. After 1, it is the Challengers 17, the Bulldogs 12. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
Diverse venues, we got them. Year-round sports access? You bet. Race cars, soccer, paragliding? Check, check, check. Medford has it covered as your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Okay, you know how people complain about how Dutch Bros workers are like, too nice, too hyper, compliment you too much, whatever? Maybe you're not nice enough. Maybe you need to get a little Dutch Bros in you.
Discover the West Coast destination for those seeking more. More sunny days, more athletic facilities, more outdoor adventures, more to do during downtime. Medford is your sport ground, where the West Coast plays.
Been this year's Ditty.
Yep.
Welcome back. We're getting ready for the start of the second quarter. Challengers up by 5 against the number 2 team in the state according to the OSAA power rankings. Getting set to inbound will be Ace Arnold. Arnold, a 6'1 junior, inbounding for Freeze. Dishes off for Dewey. Dewey gets a screen. Velarde starting to make a move against Brady Klecker. Back out top they go. Freeze trying to shake Frankowiak, and his shot in and out, no good. Another offensive rebound, and the Challengers stung on the glass once again.
That's about the 5th or 6th offensive rebound that the Bulldogs have come up with, and that's not going to pay dividends for the Challengers if they can't stop that.
Richardson dishes off right side. Frankowiak to Klecker. And we've got a foul against Tanner Freeze. That'll be his second personal of the contest. First team foul of the quarter, and I have to remind us about some of those new rule changes that we had last year. Going inside, Gottsman has it blocked. Shot rejected by the Bulldogs. Out of the backcourt they come. Fire it right side, Velarde looking inside. Up top he goes to Bailey. Around the horn. And
Bailey travels with it.
We have a turnover. Bulldogs.
So far it's been a pretty good game by both teams. Challengers with 3 turnovers, Bulldogs with 2 so far. Gottsman out and Derek Farmer back in.
Richardson passes cross court to Farmer. Farmer trying to feed it inside. There's Frankowiak. He'll pull up, shoot. Nothing but net. Challenger lead is now 5 here, a minute and a half into the second quarter of play. Meanwhile, Bailey got behind the defense, and he makes them pay.
Yeah, Klecker late on the rotation on the backside, and Bailey gets an easy one. That's not going to be a fan of Coach Morris's.
Meanwhile, Farmer saves it. Brady Klecker trying to dish off. Over in the corner, Frankowiak can't get it to go. Weak side rebound. Petty quickly up the floor. John Petty.
He steps out of bounds.
And it'll be Challenger basketball. Leading scorer in the ball game for the Challengers, Derek Farmer with 8. Jaron Frankowiak with 6. And it seems like with Creswell, it's been a little bit more of a spread the wealth around type of effort. Jaron directing traffic. Bounce pass, Richardson. Taylor Snowden in the ball game. Meanwhile, Farmer starts to make a move. But he's called for the turnover.
Challengers run a special play right there. Creswell does a great job of defending Farmer on the attempted 3, and he ends up double dribbling.
Kick it out. Dewey with the basketball. Frankowiak tries to run it down. Good hustle by the senior guard. Some of you may remember he transferred over from Brookings Harbor after his freshman year. Had the opportunity to be a part of a pair of state championship teams. Ball over on the left wing for Petty. And Frankowiak swipes it, moves up the floor, but we have a whistle and a foul called against the Bulldogs. For Petty, that'll be his first personal of the ball game. Second team foul of the quarter for the Bulldogs. Richardson takes the ball. Just right at the top of the key, over for Farmer. Farmer starts a drive. Feeds it for Snowden. Frankowiak. Cross court, Farmer. Farmer makes a move to the hoop. He scores, count it, and one.
Good job. Nice ball movement that time by the Challengers. Back and forth, side to side. That's what the coaches have been emphasizing in practice, is to get that ball going side to side in the player movement associated. Nice job by Farmer, taking it to the rack and getting the and one.
So Farmer goes to the free throw line, and I believe this might be the Challengers' first trip to the charity stripe.
Andy Alvarez coming in.
Alvarez, 6'5" freshman, coming off a 13-point effort in his last contest. One of those promising youngsters for the Challengers. Farmer. Rebound taken by the Bulldogs. Farmer went 9 for 9 in his most recent game from the free throw line. Misses there, and now breaking it up, Derek Farmer quickly up the floor. Frankowiak glides to the hoop, and he scores. Quickly going the other way, lighting it up and in. Gliding to the hoop is Mason Schartz, 6'4" sophomore. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, 2.5 more years to try to figure that guy out.
Yeah, he's got there's a lot of sophomores on this team. I noticed looking at their roster.
Bulldogs coming in with that 6-1 record, as Mark alluded to in the pregame. They're only lost to a 4A school, Marist Catholic. Farmer with the ball, and he'll fill up a stat sheet. Over to Klecker in the corner. His shot just a little bit long. Running it down is Petty. Driving to the hoop. And Klecker there moving with them.
Putting 2 hands on him. That's what he got called for. Cannot do that in high school.
So for Brady, that'll be his first personal of the contest. First team foul for the Challengers with 3:53 to go in the half. Velarde works it up high right wing for Arnold. Arnold swings it cross court for Whitson. He's picked up by Richardson. Shot off target. Offensive rebound by Arnold, but they're taken away by Gottsman. Quickly up the floor it goes for Richardson. Richardson going to make his move to the hoop. Kicks it out. Frankowiak. Defense back quickly for the Bulldogs. Richardson will try the three. Shot just a little bit long. Fighting for the ball is Gottsman, and it will be Bulldog basketball. Not sure about that one, Mark. I kind of saw it the other way.
Well, I also saw a foul in there that they didn't call against Gottsman.
3:14 to go in the half. Snowden comes in as Farmer will come out for a breather. Especially early in the season, the Challengers will see guys in and out quickly from the lineup. Shooting from long distance, the shot rims out. That's kind of been the story of the night for the Bulldogs. Snowden, give to Richardson. Cross court to Snowden. Taylor, now for Gottsman. His shot just a little bit short. Trying to fight for that rebound is Alvarez. They'll swing it. Richardson goes inside. Little turnaround, it's good. Challenger lead is 7 with 2:33 to go in the half. And a foul called
against Gottsman, I think.
Hudson Gottsman, 6-foot sophomore. 6 seniors on this Challenger roster. But again, with a big mix of young players. Freeze will look to inbound. Velarde. He's got nice height at 6'5", and there's plenty of that where the Bulldogs are concerned. Dooley, cross-court pass. Freeze. Swing it over into the near corner. Goldade there.
And again, two hands on the offensive player. That's an automatic one. As you see, Goldade put a couple of hands on the player down on the baseline.
3 team fouls for both squads. Whitson back into the ball game. Freeze goes deep backcourt to Whitson. Gottsman playing off of him. Dewey. Freeze. Whitson starting to make a move. Into traffic he goes. His shot no good. There with the rebound is Alvarez. Quickly up the floor they go. Gottsman dumps it for Snowden. Snowden. Gottsman. And now we got a big-time collision there in the backcourt, but it looks like maybe that timeout call came first.
It did.
And so we will go ahead and pause for messages and be right back here on Table Rock Sports.
Choose a company that best represents you and our local community.
Choose a company that focuses on relationships rather than transactions.
Choose a company that empowers their employees and provides growth opportunities from within.
Choose a company that shows compassion and rises to the occasion in times of need.
Call a John L. Scott broker today.
Pick it up. Let's go. Come on. Defense. Defense. What am I teaching you at home? Has this kid played before? Shoot it. Oh. Ah. Come on, ref. Open your eyes. Can't you see out there? So, which one's your kid?
The referee.
You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your role.
First day of the Christmas Classic, and one of the things I like, Marco, you see so many alumni in the house, and that includes Westside Christian coach David Henry, who's over here, and then also see Kellen Klecker here in the house this evening. Might get a chance to chat with him a little bit during the girls' game.
Yeah, first team manager. First team all-manager for GCU, for the girls program down there.
And what an opportunity and experience that's been for him. Shot rolls around, and I'm not sure what the numbers will look like, Mark, just quite yet, but it just seems like that the Bulldogs, if they've had a struggle tonight, they haven't been able to get that perimeter shot to go.
They have not. They're not shooting the ball very. Neither team actually shooting it too well. The Challengers considerably better than them, though.
Freeze must have heard me because he knocks it down.
And they left him wide open. He better have knocked it down. Looks like Bulldogs are going to go to a zone.
Frankowiak between the circles. Farmer. And they'll swing it for Richardson. Bounce pass. Klecker. It's good.
Yeah, they needed that one right there against the zone. Anytime you can make a three against the zone, it kind of starts to break it up, if you know what I mean.
And for Klecker, his first points of the evening. Freeze, meanwhile, shot off to the left. Challengers doing a little bit better job on the boards. There was Goldade with it. Quickly up the floor they go. Klecker now out to Frankowiak. He'll dish it inside, trying to make the move there, off the window.
Cade Goldade, and the Challengers now with a 9-point lead.
Yeah, Cade kind of that dirty work sort of guy in the front court for the Challengers. And I know Coach Morris over the years historically likes having that one guy in his lineup. Long range jumper, it is short, and there grabbing the rebound is Farmer. And it is halftime. Here we are, Challengers holding a lead down against one of the top 3A teams in the state. Challengers lead by 9. And we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout. And when we return, we'll be back with your halftime report. And that'll be coming your way in 2 minutes here on TableRockSports.net.
So what do you do when a loved one has been wrongfully injured or killed? It's simple. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download the Try Us app.
Here we go.
U.S. Cellular works great out here. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my... Yep, it's working.
Download the U.S. Cellular Try Us app for a free 30-day trial.
Visit U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou, Southern Oregon's exclusive authorized agent for U.S. Cellular, now serving Roseburg and Klamath Falls. See SOUScellular.com for details.
So what do you do when you can't work because you were injured on the job? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Time of year we celebrate family, traditions, and great food. At Abby's, our legendary pizzas are so giant, they feed up to 6 happy family members. When you need a break from cooking, think Abby's. Our place or your place. Our family is here for your family.
Let's go to Hawaii for the holidays!
Here's an easier idea. Enjoy Abby's classic Big Hawaiian Pizza this December. This delicious tropical and giant pizza is at a special holiday price. And when you gift an Abby's gift card, we'll give you a present too.
When you work with Hart Insurance Agency, you'll experience the quality service and attention to detail that you'll only find with an independent insurance agency. Hart Insurance Agency was founded in 1947 and is one of the largest independent, locally owned agencies in Southern Oregon, with offices in Grants Pass and Medford. Their experienced team of agents have the knowledge to design, place, and to manage your personal and business insurance plans. Find out more. Visit hartinsurance.com.
And welcome to the Medford Parks and Recreation halftime report. And just remember, check out playmedford.com. There you can see all the latest activities and athletics that you can sign up for. And Mark, it looks like you've got the halftime stats all ready to go.
I do, and it was it's a close game so far, and pretty close in statistics too. Just the Challengers doing a better job from the three-point line to make up kind of the difference in the score here. Challengers shoot 12 for 26, 46%. Meanwhile, Creswell 10 for 26, just 38%. So Challengers shooting a little bit better percentage. Both teams with 26 shots in the first half. The Challengers, I think, finally made up that difference in the rebounding right toward the end of the second quarter, where they got some offensive rebounds of their own. But Creswell doing a good job. And I'm sure that's something that adjustments that coach is going to make at halftime here is to do a better job of boxing everybody out and not letting Creswell get second chances. I bet they have maybe half their points on second chance opportunities. So the Challengers need to eliminate that in the second half. Turnovers, both teams with 4 turnovers, so not neither team turning the ball over very much. Both teams doing a good job of taking care of the basketball. And scoring in the first half, Tanner Freeze first for Creswell. Tanner Freeze had 5, Ace Arnold with 2, Mason Swartz with 2, Tyler Whitson with 4, Emerson Velarde with 2, and Luke Bailey with 6. So Luke Bailey's leading the way with 6. He's the big fella on the post, and I believe almost all of those 6 points have come off offensive rebounds and putbacks. So the Challengers got to do a better job of boxing out to keep him in check. For the Challengers, scoring in the first half, Bradley Richardson with a bucket. Jaron Frankowiak has 10. Brady Klecker with 3. Derek Farmer with 10. Cade Goldaid with a bucket for 2. And Hudson Gottsman has a 3. So the Challengers have 5 threes in the first half. And meanwhile, Creswell with just 1 3. So the 5 threes for the Challengers there's 5 of the points right there are the difference in this game. So the Challengers have been, not that Creswell hasn't taken some threes, because they've taken them, they just haven't made them. So the percentage is a little bit different. Challengers shooting a little bit better than Creswell, but mostly making some threes, and that's kind of the difference in the game so far.
Well, and it seems like that Challenger squad, this makeup of the team, which, while not long on size, they've got some guys who are very capable of shooting the basketball well, and that landing in that range of about 10 to 12 made threes every game seems like that's kind of going to be, the ballpark, a part of their MO. Well, yeah, you don't see a 7-footer down there anymore, right? Who's getting the ball down by the rim and dunking. Right.
So the Challengers have mixed it up a little bit, and I think they have a team that likes to shoot the three, and that's pretty good at shooting the three. So that's where they're going to pick up those points that they're not getting down on the block.
All right. It's halftime. Challengers up by 9. If you happen to be local to Southern Oregon, I want to remind you that the Cascade Christian Challenger girls, who are 3-1 on the season, they're going to be coming up and playing Westside Christian at 8:30. And if you can't make it to the game, we'll be streaming that for you on Table Rock Sports. We'll take a timeout right now, and then we'll get you ready for the start of the second half. Challengers 30, the Bulldogs 21. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
What is a getaway? Is it leaving the familiar behind? Or discovering a place that feeds your hunger? Where passion sings, food is a culture, and every performance demands an encore. So let the journey be your destination. Then feast your eyes and nourish your soul in Southern Oregon. Your reservation starts when you travel Medford.
Rod here from Medford Mattress. We're all about helping you save money on a super comfortable, healthy night's sleep. We have low prices, special no-interest financing, and free local delivery. That's right, free local delivery on brands like Simmons, Beautyrest Black, Serta Perfect Sleeper, Beauty Sleep, and more. So if you want to save on a comfortable, healthy night's sleep, come to Medford Mattress, downtown Medford, and see what you've been missing.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back to the Cascade Christian Pavilion, our halftime report brought to you by the Medford Parks and Recreation Department. Again, visit playmedford.com for the latest recreation guide. All the sports leagues, classes, and special events wait you. Again, today's winner here in this ball game will take on Trinity Lutheran out of Bend tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Whoever comes up on the short end of this contest will take on Phoenix at 1:30 in the afternoon. And looking at some other matchups, Dayton, always a powerhouse in the Oregon 3A. They'll be playing against 5A Ashland at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And then we also have North Valley going to be taking on Hidden Valley in a game featuring a pair of Josephine County rivals. Coming up in the girls' broadcast, we'll talk a little bit more about what's coming up on that side of the bracket, but we've seen some good games today, some dramatic contests, and games going down to the wire. Here, the Challengers, whom I don't think it's hyperbole to say that they're an underdog in this ball game, but they've got the lead. And I guess the question is, well, they've got 16 more minutes to see if they can't help make that hold up.
Yeah, figure out a way to score enough points to beat this Creswell team.
Challengers will be moving from left to right from where we sit in the gray uniforms with purple trim. Farmer with the basketball, 10 points in the first half. Gets the screen from Goldade. Leaves it off for Frankowiak. I like the confidence with which Jaron directs the traffic on the floor. Over in the corner, Brady Klecker. Cross court, Frankowiak goes inside, dumps it down for Goldade. He'll kick it out, and Brady Klecker loses it for a second.
Shot clock violation.
Don't often see those, but it happened there, and on the turnover, the Bulldogs get it back. They're in the backcourt. Go ahead.
Challengers having a little trouble hanging on to the basketball. A couple of guys that would have been able to take some shots if they caught the passes, not able to do that, and turns into a shot clock violation. Just kind of fumbled those passes.
Up top, Freeze with the basketball. They'll dump it inside, trying to make a move there against Farmer is Tyler Whitson. And we have a foul called against Derek Farmer. That'll be his first foul of the ball game. First team foul in the third for the Challengers. Up top it goes for Bailey. Bailey had 6 in the first half to lead his team. Whitson, Bailey. Freeze starts to make a move, dumps it down low, and shot off the glass by Bailey. Farmer with the basketball, going to go coast to coast. And we'll have a foul called against Creswell.
That'll be on Freeze.
And for the Bulldogs, that'll be their first team foul of the third quarter. 6:45 left to go in the third. Nobody scored yet here in the third quarter.
Nope, nobody so far anyway.
Farmer at the stripe, gets it to roll around and down. Challengers with what I believe is their biggest lead of the game. For Farmer, he's got 11 now. Second attempt on its way, nothing but net. Challengers' lead is now 11. Whitson with the basketball, directing traffic. Cross-court pass over for Schartz. Dewey with the basketball. They'll swing it around the horn in front of the Bulldogs bench. Shooting is Freeze. His shot no good. And
out of bounds, I think, to the Challengers.
Yeah, I thought that looked to me anyway like Farmer got a little push in the back button.
It sure did. I would agree with that, but we'll take the ball.
Yeah, my vote doesn't count. So those guys down there in the stripes do the thankless job, and Challengers with the basketball. They'll swing it. Goldade off the window for 2.
Nice pass by Farmer that time.
Well, he's a guy, he'll just do so many different things for you. It's
Yes.
just a matter of, on any given game, what it's going to be. One thing for sure, we'll know that there's probably going to be more scoring where he's concerned. Meanwhile, Bailey dumps it over the rim and down.
For his 8th point.
Leading the way for Creswell. And they'll try to feed it. Farmer, the pass intended for him, tipped away, but there with the steal is Brady Klecker. Klecker out of the backcourt, goes hard to the hole, and he is fouled by Mason Schartz. So that'll send Brady to the free throw line. He's got 3 points on the night. First free throw attempt is good. Not unlike his older brother, Kellen, Brady can knock it down from long range, and he showed a little bit of a defensive flair there.
Yeah, and he's I think he's a little bit more of a slasher than he's not afraid to drive to the basket either. So you'll see some of that this season from him as well.
Ace Arnold, number 1, checking into the ball game for the Bulldogs. Second attempt by Klecker is good. And, of course, you got to make your free throws, and the Challengers have staked themselves to a 13-point lead. With the basketball, Arnold, and now shooting from the corner. Whitson, the shot short. Battle for the ball, Creswell, but there's Richardson with the steal. Briley quickly up the floor for Goldade. He'll swing it to Klecker. Klecker's going to drive. Little reverse move. It's good. Well, he must have heard you, Mark.
He must have heard me.
No, he's got a good little spring in his step.
He does.
Here on the near side with the ball is Freeze. Freeze swings it around the horn, shooting, and the shot a little bit long. And the Challengers, again, doing a better job on the glass in this half. Richardson up the floor, a little shake and bake, feeds it down to Goldade for 2. Nice teamwork by the Challengers. Timeout called by Creswell. We'll take one as well. 40-23 your score in the third. We'll be right back. No, to me, I think he has. And here we are back at the Cascade Christian Pavilion. Way at the break, and the Challengers return. And just talking about some of the good teamwork. And again, Mark and I, the play-by-play team for Cascade Christian. And of course, Mark, you've seen a lot more of some of these younger guys than I have working as part of the JV and JV2 staff.
Yeah, 4 of the guys out there right now, 4 of the 5 started on my JV team last year.
And now they're getting their chance, and tonight, well, so far, they're making the most of it. Halfway through the quarter, 4:14 to go in the third. Whitson.
And the defense has been very good tonight for Cascade.
Arnold with the give, and shooting the jumper from the baseline. Ball's tipped around. Farmer fighting for it. He wins the battle. Works his way out of the backcourt. He'll pull up, shoot from 17. Shot a little bit short. Ball's loose on the floor. Bailey has a little bit of trouble getting the handle on it, but gives it up. Petty with the basketball, and then he'll give over for Arnold. Now Bailey. Bailey on the left wing. Making a move to the hoop. Whitson there, and with the defense is Klecker.
Yeah, nice job by Klecker coming over to help.
Farmer with the basketball for Richardson. Richardson now to Farmer. Taylor Snowden in the ball game wearing number 15. Klecker pulls up the little runner. Oh, in and out. Good look there. Can't get it to fall. Meanwhile, Whitson, and in and out of the hands of Petty. Trying to rescue the ball there is Ace Arnold. Challengers with Carson Willard, Jaron Frankowiak, and Huddy Gottsman getting ready to check into the ball game. Challengers, and they leaned heavily. The opening game for Frankowiak against Marshfield. He scored 25. We mentioned the 26 by Farmer last weekend. But here tonight, really, ball spread around. For example, that. Willard can't get it to go. Clip the 4. Bailey can't make the shot. Bailey going to try to make a move for it. And there, fighting for the basketball, is Carson Willard. And a jump ball, the call. Possession goes the way of the Bulldogs. But you got to like it again, seeing guys fight for the ball.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Velarde, who's in the ball game, tries to make a move. Shot off the glass, gets his own rebound. Trying to challenge him for it, there is Taylor Snowden. I remember what a little guy he was when he started high school, that he has definitely grown over the years, and we got a chance to watch him play during football season. Spent a lot of time in the Challengers secondary.
Yeah, he certainly did. Helped the Challengers go quite a ways in the football playoffs.
Meanwhile, making a move is Whitson. Foul on the play. 2:16 left to go. So the Challengers, who led by 5 after 1 and by 9 at the half, sitting on a 17-point lead.
And Whitson at the free throw line. He's got 4 points so far on the night.
Make that 5.
We'll see how long Coach lets this group go here, because some of the stabilizers of that Challenger offense are on the bench here taking a quick rest.
15-point game now as Whitson successful at the charity stripe. Frankowiak getting some backcourt pressure. Quickly up the floor to Snowden. Snowden drives, kicks it out. Klecker. Klecker starts to make a move, goes hard to the hole, and it was last touched by a Creswell defender as Farmer gets ready to check back into the ball game. Brady will go out of the ball game. He's got 7 points on the night. Frankowiak will take care of the inbound. Feeds it for Willard. Willard back to Snowden. Carson to Frankowiak. Over in the corner, Gottsman will shoot. His shot just a little bit short, but they're fighting for the rebound is Willard. Good hustle there by the Challenger senior. Frankowiak making a move, kicks it out. Snowden will shoot. Snowden will score.
Good work that time by the Challengers to get a second open look.
Everything coming up Millhouse for the Challengers, who lead by 18 in the game. Freeze with the basketball, starts to make his move. Up top it goes. Swinging around the horn. Arnold to Freeze. Freeze making a move. Has it stripped, but a foul on the play.
And he'll go to the free throw line.
Freeze with 5 points on the evening, and the foul called against Snowden. 1:07 left to go in the third. First free throw attempt. That's good. Now Andy Alvarez checking back into the Challenger lineup.
And we see Cade and Andy Alvarez in this lineup. I don't think I've seen them play together very much.
Challenger's version of a Winnebago lineup for this year. Second attempt, that one's good. It's a 16-point game. Snowden, Goldade, Farmer up the floor to Goldade. Goldade protecting the basketball. Near steal by Freeze, but that'll be a foul. Timeout called by the Challengers. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break as well, and then we'll return with more action here on TableRockSports.net.
the wrap-up the year sales event at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat of Medford. We're stocked up on a great selection of new vehicles from Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and of course, Ram trucks. Choose from our great inventory of new Jeep Gladiator and Grand Cherokee 4x4 models in stock now. Or test drive a new 24 Ram 1500 4x4. Jump online today with our online process to calculate your own payment, whether it's a lease, finance, or cash payment. Only at the Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford Superstore.
One of the things I like most about working at the Ashland Food Co-op is that it's a partner with RVTD's Employer Pass program. It makes it super easy for me to get to work and save a ton of money. I play a lot of musical instruments. I bought my own tuba.
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, inbound for Richardson. Working against Freeze, gets it past the timeline at midcourt. Richardson, a good ball handler over the years. I know he's played a lot of point on some of your teams, Mark. He drives hard to the hole and looked like he was trying to do the give for gold aid, but tipped away.
I think it actually hit off somebody's hip, one of the Creswell players' hip, and bounced out of bounds.
So the challengers will inbound underneath their own basket. 43 seconds left to go in the third. 16-point ball game. Gottsman, bounce pass Farmer. Farmer making a hard move there, and he'll draw the foul against Velarde.
Nice pump fake by Farmer to get Velarde in the air, and then he goes up, and anytime you're in the air, they're going to call that foul.
Farmer in the ball game, leading scorer for the challengers with 12 on the night. First free throw attempt off to the right, no good. Remains a 16-point ball game. Bailey checking back in, along with Mason Schartz for Creswell. Gottsman going to come out.
Klecker back in.
Farmer, second free throw attempt on its way, and that's good. Challengers lead by 17. 40 seconds left to go in the third. Schartz. Whitson swings it, and it bounces away from a Creswell player. Richardson.
To gold aid for a layup.
Gold aid with the left hand. Challenger score on the breakaway. Whitson, and nearly taken away by Richardson, and Farmer's there. Farmer quickly up the floor. Richardson with the left hand, 2. Briley Richardson glides to the hoop, and the buzzer heave there, and that will end the third quarter of play. Challengers lead in this one, 48-27. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
All right, let's go, guys. 15 minutes. Get your stuff.
Bye, Mom.
Have a good day, guys. I don't know what happened.
Just next time, go a little slower and figure it out.
Okay, I get it. What you're going to do is you're going to take the line.
Life is busy. Juggling everything can be overwhelming. We've all been there. So consumed with our own lives that we sometimes forget about what someone else might be going through.
Ref, come on! No, ref! There's no contact! I'm straight up! That is a terrible
So keep it in perspective, because we're all hoping for the same thing, to be respected for who we are and what we do. Remember, no ref, no game. You can be a parent, athlete, coach, or an official, but you can only be one. Know your.
Back here at the Cascade Christian Pavilion, opening moments of the fourth quarter. Frankowiak with the basketball for Richardson. Pair of seniors there. They'll swing it. Gold aid, another challenger senior. Try to go inside to the junior Farmer. Ball's knocked around, and coming away with it for the Bulldogs is Hunter Mustin, who's in the ball game. And a timeout called by the Bulldogs. 48-27. We'll be back after these messages.
Rod here from Medford Mattress. We're all about helping you save money on a super comfortable, healthy night's sleep. We have low prices, special no-interest financing, and free local delivery. That's right, free local delivery on brands like Simmons, Beauty Rest Black, Serta Perfect Sleeper, Beauty Sleep, and more. So if you want to save on a comfortable, healthy night's sleep, come to Medford Mattress, downtown Medford, and see what you've been missing.
Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Want surprisingly great rates on auto, home, and life? Now's the time to call State Farm agent Rory Wold in Medford.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
From Nancy.
Oh, wow. We'll tell her thank you. And here we are in the fourth quarter. Challengers lead by 21, 7:42. Jim McCoy along with Mark McLemore. Johnny McCoy giving you the pictures. And at the free throw line is Freeze. Still plenty of time here, and we've seen some games where it looked like everything. Well, as a matter of fact, your JV2 team really dialed it up in the second half and gave the opposition a scare. First free throw attempt by Freeze is good to make it a 20-point game.
Down 16 at half, we managed to crawl back into the game and have a three at the end to tie it that we missed, unfortunately. But, yeah, nice job. I was very pleased with my JV2 team's second half effort.
Second free throw attempt misses. Farmer being hounded in the backcourt, and he'll be called for the travel.
I don't know about that one. He definitely got fouled, so
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you should call traveling even if he got fouled, because you missed the foul call.
Up top is Schartz, and tipped away. Here goes Derek Farmer. He's on the breakaway, and he lays it up with the left hand. You could tell he was thinking it, Mark.
Well, he was. He got fouled, and they're going to call it. It's an and one. Otherwise, he would have probably dunked that one.
He had it in his eyes, and he can do it. And I'm thinking, Mark, he's probably about the only one, really, that we could count on for dunking right now. Am I not correct?
Consistently, yes.
Meanwhile, free throw missed, but Goldade's there. They'll feed it inside. Farmer dumps it to Goldade. He'll drive to the hoop, has his shot blocked. Creswell with the takeaway. 7:11 left to go in the ball game. Cross-court pass, down in the corner. Freeze will shoot. His shot in and out. Richardson with the basketball, quickly up the floor. Farmer. Goldade will shoot from three. His shot rims off. There with the putback attempt. Brady Klecker for two. I think he's emerging from his brother's shadow.
He is, and his defense is getting better, and that's the key for him at this point. He can definitely shoot it, and he's a pretty good offensive player, and he's just his D's got to get better, and it's getting there. It really is.
Meanwhile, breakaway for the challengers. Richardson with the reverse. Had him in my broadcasting class all year. I like that kid.
He's a nice kid.
Yeah. You know, man. Can you imagine, though, him and the Maurer twins in the same class?
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Never a dull moment. Didn't have to worry about our radio show being boring.
No, I'm sure you didn't.
Meanwhile, Andy Alvarez back into the challenger lineup. Scored 13 in his last game. Spot minutes here tonight. Of course, you know that along with him, along with the basketball development at the high school level, there's the physical development as well. Richardson.
Shot blocked.
Whitson going the other way. Tries to make a move against Klecker, but Klecker with a good defense there, gets a hand on it. Gottsman with the basketball, being challenged there by Petty. Huddy making a move, and bodies on the floor like bowling pins.
And it looks like they're going to get Mustin for the foul.
Hunter Mustin, 5'10", junior guard. Second team foul for the Bulldogs in this frame. In the high post, Alvarez.
Little, I think, shot clock issue there. They reset.
Got it.
So they're going to take it back out again.
It's 5:32 left to go in the ball game. Klecker feeds for Alvarez. And if I'm not mistaken, Alvarez does have range on his shot, does he
does.
not? Meanwhile, making a move to the hoop. Gottsman can't get it to go. Rebound, Creswell quickly up the floor. Whitson, they'll dump it down. Velarde, swing it around. Dewey gives it up, and there to take it away is Goldade, but we have a tie-up, and it will be Bulldog ball.
Challengers doing a really nice job defensively tonight, holding the Bulldogs to just 28 points here with 5 minutes to go in the game. That's impressive.
Really like those active hands. And a timeout called by the Bulldogs. We'll take one as well. We'll be back after these messages on TableRockSports.net.
It's a 30, just so you know.
Okay.
For over 50 years, each day has started with a smile, a helping hand, and a promise to be there when you need us most. Delivering on that promise are our hard-working, dedicated employees. At Sherms, we're proud to be an essential part of our community and look forward to keeping our selection, quality, and value where our customers deserve for many years to come. Sherms Food for Less and Thunderbird Market.
Cascade Christian out on the floor against the Bulldogs. Challengers looking to get above 500, coming in with a record of 3-2. If this holds, the Bulldogs will go to 6-2. Meanwhile, move to the hoop.
I think that's Whitson, isn't it?
I believe, yes.
He's going to go to the free throw line. Nice move to his left that time.
Whitson with 4 in the ball game.
I think he's just glad that Derek Farmer's not guarding him anymore.
Yeah. First free throw attempt is short. Off the front rim. He'll get another.
Because if you notice, Farmer's done a good job on him all night. He's only got 6 points in this one.
Well, there's no question that Derek Farmer, as the second free throw falls, comes with loads of athleticism. Richardson making a move, feeds it inside. Nice pass.
For Gottsman.
Huddy lays it up and in. He's got 5 in the game. Coming off the challenger bench. Meanwhile, feed to Velarde. Velarde down on the low post. And there with the putback is Darian Dewey as he cashes in off the offensive glass. Richardson with the ball. His shot in and out. Petty out of the backcourt. Quickly up the floor, but they're getting a hand on it is Klecker. No, I see what you mean, Mark, about the defensive effort there on Brady's part. And that's going to have to be the bread and butter of this team this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not going to, you don't have the rim protector that you once had.
Gavin Casebeer in the game for the first time.
Gavin checking in. Freeze with the basketball, guarded by Gottsman. Swings it for Whitson. He knocks it down.
His first 3 of the night.
Snowden in the ball game. Brady Klecker tries to answer. His shot rolls off. Weak side rebound. Bailey. Schartz falls to the floor. Scramble for the ball. And there, Whitson with another 3. A foul on Bailey, however, on the play. So they'll allow the bucket, but Bailey whistled for the foul. That'll be the 3rd team foul for the Bulldogs. 3:27 left to go in the ball game. Challengers with the 19-point lead. Snowden, Gottsman. He'll pick up his dribble, looking for Willard. Ball goes out of bounds, and Creswell will get it back. Alvarez getting ready to check back into the ball game for the Challengers. Meanwhile, shot short by Sharks. And there, Willard. And that'll be a whistle against Creswell. Alvarez back in the ball game. Gottsman out of backcourt. And there, a push by Freeze. And for the Bulldogs, that'll be their 4th team foul of the quarter and the 4th foul of the game for Freeze.
It's 5 on Freeze, I believe. Oh, so they're shooting 2. It's a 15
okay.
foul. Not the 5th foul on Freeze, it's the 5th team foul.
There you go.
And so therefore Gottsman's at the line to shoot 2.
So to reset, Freeze with 4 personal fouls, Bulldogs with 5 team fouls, and that will send Hudson Gottsman to the free throw line. He's got 5 in the game. First free throw attempt is short.
Yep. So the Challengers here just closing this one out, and a really nice effort tonight, especially on the defensive end for the Cascade Christian Challengers.
Huddy with 6 in the game. Challengers lead is 20 with 2:55 left to go. Freeze. And Creswell with the ball. Bailey, his shot rolls around and down.
Late on the backside help from the Challengers and a little lob pass, really nice little lob pass to Bailey for an easy bucket.
Willard, cross-court pass, Snowden. Snowden starts to make a move. He'll bring it back out. A little bit of trouble with it, but a nice little spin move there by Gottsman. He'll shoot, shot, rims off. Creswell with the rebound. Out of backcourt they go. Challengers get back in transition defense. Freeze will shoot. Freeze will score. Tanner Freeze with 11 in the ball game. 1:59 left to go. Willard will shoot from long range. His shot over its target. And Bailey there with the rebound. Cross-court pass. Sharts on the wing against Snowden. His shot, no good. And there, good hustle by Gottsman. That'll be Creswell ball as Jacob Beamish makes his first appearance of the night. Beamish, we saw a lot of him. He really became a big contributor for the Challengers football team in the fall.
Yeah, and he had a very nice game in the JV game as well.
Shot from the corner, way short. There is Willard quickly up the floor to Snowden. Snowden Goes to the hoop, and ball tipped away. It'll be the Challengers with the inbound with 1:19 left to go in the contest. Petty returns to the ball game. Also checking in is Hunter Mustin. Way out top, Willard passes. K-Spear drives the baseline. Snowden going to make a move. His shot way off target. And a jump ball as Willard fights for it. Freeze. Out to Arnold. Over in the corner. Open look. And the shot goes for John Petty. 47 seconds left. Snowden. Beamish drives hard to the hole. 2. Jacob Beamish with his first bucket of the ball game on his first attempt. 32 seconds, 59-45. Bailey fighting for the ball along with Carson Willard.
And Carson's going to get the foul. His third, I think. Shot clock's off now.
23.4 seconds to go. Foul's going to go against Snowden. Inbound. Down in the corner. Freeze. And scramble for the ball. Snowden in on that.
Who's that going to be on? Because if it's on Snowden, he just fouled out. It is on him. So Taylor fouled out.
So Taylor out of the ball game, and returning will be Brady Klecker. At the free throw line will be Freeze. He's got 11 in the ball game. First attempt is good. And it'll make it 59-46.
This game's going to look a lot closer than it actually was.
For sure. Free throw attempt long. Beamish with the rebound. Quickly fouled in the backcourt. And that'll send him to the line with 9.9 left to go. And for Freeze, that will be all for him. Not that there's much left, but that'll send Jacob Beamish to the free throw line. First attempt, a little bit long. Remains a 13-point game. Second attempt on its way. That one's good. So Challengers hit the 60-point mark. Meanwhile, Arnold with the move to the hoop. Ball comes out. Mustin shoots, and that will end the ball game. The Cascade Christian Challengers advance in the championship bracket by defeating the Creswell Bulldogs. Your final score, the Challengers 60 and the Bulldogs 46. We'll be back after these messages with the Southern Oregon Sports Commission's Know Your Role postgame show following this timeout on TableRockSports.net.
So what do you do when a loved one has been wrongfully injured or killed? It's simple. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's nationwide 5G coverage?
Yeah.
Download the Try Us app.
Here we go.
US Cellular works great out here. Hey, I wonder if US Cellular lets me stream in my... Yep, it's working.
Download the U.S. Cellular Try Us app for a free 30-day trial.
Visit U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou, Southern Oregon's exclusive authorized agent for U.S. Cellular, now serving Roseburg and Klamath Falls. See SOUScellular.com for details.
So what do you do when you can't work because you were injured on the job? Easy. Just go to letusfightforyou.com. That's it. Letusfightforyou.com, helping Oregonians get justice for over 40 years.
Welcome to the Know Your Role postgame show. Visit travelmedford.org/knowyourrole to see how this campaign is changing the culture of youth sports for the better, and to learn about your sports ground where the West Coast comes to play. Well, taking a look at the night, the Challengers coming in with a 2-2 record and ranked 16th in the power rankings. The Bulldogs ranked second in the power rankings. Cascade Christian coming in as a bit of an underdog, but early on in the ball game, a little bit of trouble. The Bulldogs dominated on the offensive glass early in the ball game. That gave them some early opportunities. On the flip side of that, the Bulldogs struggled with their shot from the perimeter. So the Challengers ended up taking a 5-point lead. They ended up stretching that out to 9 by the half. And then in the third quarter, the Challengers just flat broke it open. Not only did they get some shots to fall, but more importantly, they did a great job defensively of really being a pest, and we may see here what will indeed be the secret sauce for the Challengers as they make their way throughout this 2024-25 campaign, minus having big Austin Maurer in there. And the Challengers, and I think another thing that we'll find as we take a look at the post-game statistics is that the scoring was pretty well evenly spread around. I think there was a knowledge that Farmer and Frankowiak would be the big weapons for the Challengers from a scoring standpoint, but it would end up being the really, again, a good, well-rounded effort, seeing players like Brady Klecker as an example, or Hudson Gottsman off the bench. Briley Richardson's another guy who could put points on the board, and we saw him do some of that this evening. And Mark, it looks like you've got the stats for us.
I do, and a good game for the Challengers. The score actually a little closer than the game was. The Challengers really ran away with it in the third quarter, and by the 6-minute mark in the fourth quarter had a 20-point lead and sort of put in the bench guys, and that came back down to where it ended up at like 14 points. But still a nice job by the Challengers, of really playing great defense. They give up 12 in the first quarter, just 9 in the second quarter, and 8 in the third quarter. So a really good defensive effort all the way around by Cascade Christian, and just 46 points for the game. So shooting the basketball first for Creswell, they were 17 for 50. That's 34%. The Challengers 23 for 52. That's 44%. So the Challengers outshoot them by 10% in the shooting category, and some of those being threes too, as I thought the Challengers had a nice shooting night tonight. As far as the free throws go, the Challengers still need to work on that. That's been a bugaboo for them for years. 7 for 13 tonight. That's just 54%. Meanwhile, Creswell 8 for 12, 67%. Turnovers, Cascade Christian with 10. That's acceptable. And the Bulldogs with just 11. So turnovers weren't really the issue. It was the shooting percentage and the rebounding, I think, which you mentioned it. After the first quarter, the Challengers really shut down Creswell's ability to offensive rebound. and they were getting a lot of second chance opportunities, especially in that first quarter. And the Challengers cleaned that up and did a much better job against that throughout the remainder of the ball game. Scoring first for Creswell. Freeze had 13. Ace Arnold with 2. Schwartz with 2. Dewey with 2. John Petty had 3. Tyler Whitson had 13. Velarde had 2. Luke Bailey had 10. And that was the scoring for Creswell. For the Challengers. And you mentioned it, a lot of guys getting in the act here tonight. Bradley Richardson had 6. Jaron Frankowiak with 10. Brady Klecker with 9. Derek Farmer had 15. Cade Goldade with 8. Taylor Snowden with a 3. Hudson Gottsman had 6. And Jacob Beamish had 2. So a lot of guys getting involved in the scoring tonight for Cascade. Of course, leading the way, Derek Farmer with 15 and Jaron Frankowiak with 10. So a really nice job of playing team basketball on both ends of the court, offensively and defensively for the Challengers.
So with that, the Challengers will advance to take on a very good Trinity Lutheran team tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Well, we're going to quickly wrap things up here because we got a girls' game coming up here shortly. Thank you for watching today's broadcast. I'd like to thank Cascade Christian Athletic Director for Nate Maben for hosting the Lithia Superstore Game of the Night on TableRockSports.net and today's broadcast. Special thanks to head coaches for the Bulldogs, Jesse Thomas, for Brian Morse for the Challengers, who now has 689 career wins. And our next Table Rock Sports production featuring the Challengers will be the Challengers girls coming up next. Again, the final score, it is the Challengers 60, the Bulldogs 46. For Mark McLemore and my cameraman Johnny McCoy, I'm Jim McCoy saying thank you and have a great night.